Hello, I'm Sam Beckett, and I'm applying for the East Grand Rapids Public Schools elementary position. I grew up in Bellevue, Michigan, where I attended school all the way to high school, and I was involved in sports year round. Once I graduated, I went to Michigan State University, where I got my teaching degree in special education and learning disabilities. In my internship, I was placed in two separate placements in one building. The first placement was a first grade placement for the first semester, and then the second semester was a placement in the resource room. I really grew to love teaching in this school and just being involved in all the kids' lives, and it really made me sad that I knew that I made the right decision to become a teacher. I've always known East Grand Rapids Public Schools to be not only a big school district, but just a pretty strong one too. Good academics, facilities, the students do well. Their sports teams were always pretty good when I was in high school. So getting a job at East Grand Rapids would be a big achievement for me, and I think it would be a great place to start my career. One of my favorite children's books is one that I actually learned in college, and it is called Voices in the Park by Anthony Brown. I like this book a lot because it really introduces voice to students. And I think you could really use this book in any level of elementary, whether it's lower elementary with first graders or fifth graders at the top of the level, or sixth grade depending on what the district is. But because if you see, it says like first voice. So the book goes through four different perspectives, all taking place in the park. And what's really cool about it is that each voice has different art and font, and like I said, a different story, but in the same setting. So it's just kind of cool, and it's I think it really, a book like this really is a great centerpiece on a lesson because it can, like I said, it introduces voice, but it also can generate lots of topic and conversation that you can get with any level of elementary. So I think, and it's honestly just a neat little book too. So I think that's why it's one of my favorite books. Anyways, moving on. Why I think I am the best candidate for this position is because although it will be my first year as a teacher, it will not be my first year teaching. At Michigan State, I was involved in multiple observations in different school districts. I was involved in volunteer programs where I got to work one-on-one with students to help increase their reading abilities and skills, as well as progress monitor these abilities. And in just this past student internship, I really grew as a teacher in being able to connect with students. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that you can do as a teacher is just have that ability to connect with your students. Not only because it's good to build that relationship, but teachers, I believe, should be great models for students, whether they have the greatest home environment or they have the best home environment. Being that solid piece as an adult or as a model can really push a kid or influence a kid to want to do better or see themselves being in your shoes at some point, whether it's a teacher or any kind of career choice they make. So I think my ability to do that and be a good model and build great relationships with my students makes me the best candidate for this position, as well as the experience that I've had in both virtual settings, in-person settings, and all the different districts that I've seen and had experience with. Thanks again for the opportunity, and I hope to see you soon.